Now let me talk about my positions heading into Q4. Now these are just spot positions. So essentially, holding these, I'm spot long. I use leverage as well. I trade the market both ways, up and down. But my general bias right now is bullish, which is why I'm comfortable holding these positions into Q4. I think October, November, December should be bullish for crypto. That's my thesis. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going with. Now, obviously, November will be absolutely insane volatility because that's the election. If Kamala wins, expect a big drop in the crypto market. Now, that may be temporary. That may even end the bull run. Who knows? If Trump wins, expect the opposite, a big pump in the market because he's pro-crypto, and generally the Biden administration was very anti-crypto. So I'm going to be holding Solana, and Solana has an event coming at the end of September, which is Breakpoint. Solana Breakpoint. And in 2021, leading up to Breakpoint, Solana pumped 140% in the weeks leading to it. Now we're about 3 weeks away from Breakpoint, and Solana has been pretty strong. If I check the chart over here, Solana has been probably the best, if not one of the best performing altcoins, especially if you consider the market cap. For a big cap token, it's been absolutely phenomenal. And recently it's been pretty strong as well. You can see 120 was this major area of support, which it lost briefly, then it quickly reclaimed, and now 160 is the next major level of resistance on the daily. But I'm very comfortable holding this. It's been one of the best performers throughout the entire year, and my thesis is probably to sell the majority of my Solana a few days before Breakpoint, because it's always buy the rumor, sell the news when it comes to conferences, and we saw exactly the same thing happen in 2021. Solana ran up significantly before Breakpoint, and then during Breakpoint it dumped. The reason is because the expected announcements are never as bullish or as exciting as the expectations. It's always like that. I'm also holding Nosana. Let's go back to this tweet. Nosana is an AI play. It's similar to Render, but it's on Solana, so it's basically a high beta play on Solana leading into Breakpoint. So my thesis will be similar to Solana, selling it a few days before the conference goes live. Phantom has been, honestly, I don't usually buy charts that are as bad as Phantom. If we take a look at the chart, it's been relatively quite weak, I would say. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this chart, it doesn't look great. It came from a high of 123 all the way down to 26 cents, which is horrible. But Phantom is rebranding itself as Sonic. The testnet is going live soon. I assume Sonic mainnet will go live sometime in Q4, and they claim to be the fastest L1. They have Andre back on the team, who is a very good developer, especially with DeFi. Phantom did ridiculous things in 2021 bull market, so this is a bet that I'm willing to take. It's a bit higher risk than I would like, because typically I do not like to buy anything where the chart is shit, because the chart tells you everything you need to know, more or less. But sometimes fundamentals will make me buy something, and that is the case with Phantom. And as soon as it broke above 41 cents, this is when I bought my spot position, because this was clearly a area of support here, big area of resistance on the daily. So this was a flip in momentum. But ideally, I would really want to see it above this area, 54 cents, because that would kind of confirm that Phantom has flipped from being shit to potentially pretty good. Now Rune is kind of similar to Phantom. The chart is not amazing, honestly, but the founder is very, very good. He's I believe in him. The chart flipped the key level here at 390, which for me was confirmation. You know, if it goes below 390, closes below 390 on the daily, you know, every position I have invalidations, because I don't want to just hold something to nothing. You know, there's no point. Every single time I buy something, leverage, spot, I have a plan, I have invalidation level, I have take profit levels, and that's how everyone should be if you don't want to lose money. But yeah, Rune came from $11 all the way down to $2.50, and it had this massive head and shoulders as well. But yeah, above this level I'm okay with it. It's a cross-chain, decentralized DEX. Fundamentally is good. Super. Now Super for me is a no-brainer. Alex Becker, the founder of Neo Tokyo, and Elio Trades, the founder of Superverse and Imposters, they are both going to shill Super basically, and they're two of the biggest names, biggest influencers in crypto. Usually anything they say performs well, and they have the good pump effect. But also Super is just the best play in gaming, because it's connected to literally every top crypto gaming project. So if you want exposure to crypto gaming, just buy Super. You know, buying individual games is incredibly risky, and most games just, their charts are absolutely horrible, and their tokenomics are absolutely terrible. But with Super, you have a relatively safe but still high reward bet on crypto gaming. Nair is my exposure to AI. I think is similar. It's a relatively safe bet on AI. Decently high market cap, good founder who's been around AI for a long time. So for me, Nair is one of the best and safest AI plays in crypto, but still the reward is there, in my opinion. Injective has been a relatively new token this cycle, and at the beginning of this year it performed incredibly. It outperformed everything. It went from $6 to $50, then back down to $16, and the reason why I like these tokens as well, let me show you on CoinMarketCap. I pretty much avoid all tokens that have low circulating market cap and high fully diluted market cap. Now the reason is simple, because if there's a big discrepancy between circulating and fully diluted, it just means there's constantly going to be pressure during token unlocks, and you're going to get dumped on by VCs. It's just not very attractive for me to invest in something like that. Let me give you one example. If we take a look at Sui, which to be fair has performed quite well, the market cap is 2.6 billion, but the FDV is 10 billion. Now that's something that personally I see that I want to stay away. Trading it on leverage, level to level, sure, but generally speaking, I do not like tokens like that. But if we take a look at Phantom, the FDV is more or less exactly the same as the circulating. So you won't have that constant pressure during unlocks, which could tank the price. And that's one thing I think a lot of people look over, but it's very, very important to be aware of tokenomics and be aware of the difference between circulating and fully diluted market cap. Let's go back to Twitter. Next one, yeah, Injective, a lot of hype, good community, good tokenomics, is aiming to be the best play for decentralized finance, DeFi, but it also has ties with RWA, real world assets as well. Arweave is one of my favorite tokens this cycle. I've been holding it for a few months now. I was lucky enough to buy some Arweave at like $6 during the bear market in 2023. It went all the way up to $50. Now it's like $25. But if you hold Arweave in Arweave Wallet, you will also be passively mining AO, which is the hyperparallel computer. If you want to read about it, just go to AO the computer on Twitter. And this is probably going to be one of the most hyped releases next year. AO will become tradable in February of 2025. The way you can get it now is simply by holding Arweave in the AR Connect wallet, or by bridging and depositing staked ETH on the Arweave network. Just go to their Twitter here and you can read about it. It's also a play on AI as well. And finally, Seapool, which is a lower cap play on RWA. Pretty much what I wanted to do was get exposure to all the major and hottest narratives in crypto this year. So I got some exposure to gaming, some exposure to AI, some exposure to RWA, exposure to L1s, exposure to cross-chain, and focusing on tokens that have performed well this cycle and have good tokenomics, because that should be a good combination leading into the end of this year. Now, most people expect Q4 to be very bullish on crypto. It might be, it might not be. No one knows. But the point is, you have a plan, you have invalidation, and either way, you're willing to take a risk and take advantage of this opportunity that is likely not going to be there for that much longer, especially since with time, bull markets in crypto will become less and less volatile, less and less explosive because of the law of diminishing returns. So for me, I'm 100% locked in. I'm 100% crypto right now, trying to make the most of it. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the market right now? Do you think it's going to be bullish, bearish, end of this year? What tokens are you looking at? What do you think of these tokens? Just let me know, and see you in the next video.